Hello everyone and welcome to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing my appreciation for the great Phil Collins. Anyone who knows me well will have heard me say on more than one occasion that Phil Collins really should have been knighted by now. I think he's more than deserving for his services to music and entertainment. But that aside, quite simply he's had an incredible career in music. He's achieved so much. And so today's video is an appreciation of the great man himself and his incredible body of work. And so I'll talk a bit about his drumming, his singing, some of those lush ballads and some of the lesser known songs from his solo works. So I'll start by talking about his drumming because, well, as Phil Collins himself points out, first and foremost, he's a drummer. He said that all he ever wanted to do was earn a living playing the drums. He also said, and I quote, "I'm not a singer who plays a bit of drums, I'm a drummer that sings a bit." I think Phil Collins is a powerful, groove-laden, stylish and expressive drummer. And he's a busy drummer, which I really like, whether he's working the snare, the hi-hat, the toms, or providing a fill, no pun intended. He's busy. And playing on those earlier Genesis albums, there was plenty of opportunity for Phil to show his flair and creativity, and he did that, often in odd time signatures too. He really developed his skills and was quickly recognised as an outstanding drummer and a pioneer for young drummers everywhere. And it's great that he's been widely recognised and respected as an outstanding drummer. John Bonham, Neil Peart, Taylor Hawkins, they've all lavished praise on Phil's drumming. And so I got a list together of some of the songs that are my personal favourites where I think that he really excels on drums. An obvious choice was the brilliant Supper's Ready from Genesis Foxtrot album, and I also chose The Cinema Show and Firth of Fifth from Selling England by the Pound. I chose Squonk and Los Endos from the A Trick of the Tail album, and a couple from his solo career which I really like. I Don't Care Anymore from Hello I Must Be Going, and the standalone single Easy Lover. I think his drumming across those songs in particular is so impressive, not only serving the song but enhancing the quality of it in a big way. On to Phil Collins as a singer. I think he's a fantastic singer, a really powerful and emotive singer. He's a real heart and soul singer, and he's got a great range. He really has. Low, high, anything in between. There's not much that he can't cover, and he sings a great falsetto too. And he sings the song. He really gets into the song and puts himself in character. For example, Mama, his singing on that, fantastic. And I've picked out 6 songs from his career with Genesis. I'll get onto some of his solo stuff in a short while, but 6 songs here that he sings so great. I chose Ripples from the A Trick of the Tail album. I love that album. A really smooth and lovely vocal. And he put some real power into the chorus on Man on the Corner from the Abacab album, another great vocal. And I chose Home by the Sea from the self-titled album, probably my favourite Genesis song. Again, his vocals there are outstanding. And I chose his vocals on the big hit single Invisible Touch, which I absolutely love, especially the way the vocals cross over at the end of the song. Brilliant. And lastly, I chose 2 great songs from the We Can't Dance album. I chose No Son of Mine and Dreaming While You Sleep. 2 really big, powerful and emotive vocals. He may well merely be a drummer that sings a bit, but when he sings well. He's a fantastic singer, and I think that because, quite simply, when he sings, he moves me. Of course, some of Phil Collins' biggest hits, certainly as a solo artist, are his ballads, and he has a lovely way with a ballad. Admittedly, I am a bit of a softie. I do like a ballad, and I don't mind feeling that lump in my throat every now and then. For me, he captures the mood so well. The tenderness, the beauty, the pain is all captured in his vocal, and that makes his ballads so great. And again, I've chose a list of 5 great ballads here from Phil Collins' solo career, so I'd like to share them with you. I chose This Must Be Love, a slow and atmospheric ballad taken from his debut solo album, Face Value. Some nice keyboards here to set the mood, and I really dig that bass playing. I really like the line, "I wait in every day, just in case you decide to call," from a time when you literally had to sit by the phone in case someone called. I adore Against All Odds, Take a Look at Me Now. That is such an amazing song. Lovely piano, big drums and an amazing vocal, especially towards the end of the song when he sings, because I will still be standing here, and you can really hear him stretch his voice. It's, again, very moving. I also chose One More Night, which again, I love so much. And this is a good example of Phil capturing the mood and feel of the song. He sings it with that weary late night feel. Lovely piano, soft vocals, really nice, and I love that saxophone solo at the end. And a cover version of A Groovy Kind of Love taken from the Buster soundtrack, which Phil played the lead role in. Oh, gorgeous song. Again, beautifully sung, and love the strings in that. Anytime you want to, you can turn me on to. Anything you want to, anytime at all. Effortlessly beautiful. And another cover version, I chose Can't Stop Loving You from his Testify album, his last studio album from 2001. A nice and easy ballad with a really good chorus. And of course there are a few more ballads scattered across his solo albums that are really nice too, but yeah, when Phil Collins sings a ballad, he gets me. Over the last couple of weeks, and partly in preparation for this video, I went back and listened to all 7 of Phil Collins' studio albums from Face Value through Testify. Always an enjoyable listen. There's lots to enjoy there. They're not all ballads, you know, despite what some critics would have you believe. Phil Collins can be very diverse. There's lots of different styles across these solo albums. I would probably say that Face Value is my favourite Phil Collins solo album, but the follow-up, Hello I Must Be Going, I've been enjoying that lately. That's got some really good songs on it. And I think that No Jacket Required is a perfect 80s pop album, but seriously has some seriously good songs on it. I thought Both Sides was a little bit slow, but again, there's plenty of good stuff on there. Dancing to the Light was good. There's lots of different styles on there. That's a good album. I'd probably say my least favourite album was his last album, Testify, but to be honest with you, I've not listened to that nearly as much as I've listened to the others, so perhaps I need to spend some more time with that. And so I've chosen 5 songs here, taken from some of those solo albums that I think are deserving of more attention. I chose The Roof Is Leaking from Face Value, and this starts off as a rustic, bluesy thing before morphing into this rather jaunty piano-led tune. I really like that. One I've really been enjoying lately is Do You Know, Do You Care from Hello I Must Be Going. I think this was probably written about his divorce from his first wife, and big drum sound, big vocal. He really goes for the jugular with his vocal here. Just listen when he roars, you're lying, you've done it this time. Oh, it's brilliant. And I also chose Heat on the Streets from the But Seriously album. Phil shows off his love for soul and Motown with this up-tempo, catchy and vibrant track with great horns. Phil Collins knows how he likes his horns. And I chose Can't Turn Back the Years from the Both Sides album, an introspective and soulful ballad, but really nice. And lastly, I chose Wear My Hat, taken from the Dancing to the Light album, complete with its mariachi band style backing. The music's great, and the way that the lyrics and the song flows, it reminds me of Paul Simon's You Can Call Me Al. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the feel that Phil was going for. And the lyrics are really good too, and good fun. In particular, I like the bit where Phil sings, So I looked her up and down, and realising her insinuations, I blushed. 5 really good songs there in my book, and if you don't know those songs, go ahead and give them a listen. I'm sure you'll be impressed. Phil Collins, what a guy. A multifaceted musician who's had a glittering career. And you know what's really cool about Phil Collins? He's a pure artist. He's purely interested in making great music. No real rock and roll antics to speak of, no big persona nor ego. He's pretty regular, laid back and cool guy. I'm a big fan. I think he's absolutely brilliant. God bless Phil Collins. And if you're watching this and you're a big fan of Phil Collins, then please let me know down in the comments section below some of your favourites from the great man. And I'd like to thank you all for stopping by and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you for my next one sometime soon. Until then, bye for now.